Asteroids are debris from the early days of our solar system about 4.6 billion years ago. They are made from rock and metal chunks left behind when planets formed. Currently, we know of roughly 1 million of them. Most of these orbit quietly between Mars and Jupiter in what's known as the asteroid belt. One of the largest asteroids that we know, Vesta, has a diameter of 329 miles, which is 530 kilometers. The only bigger one is Ceres, which is so large it's actually classed as a dwarf planet. On the other hand, some of the smallest asteroids are as little as 10 meters or 33 feet across. Interestingly, the total mass of all of the known asteroids combined is less than that of our moon. Every so often, one of these asteroids is nudged, whether that's by gravity or a collision, and they begin to drift inwards. If its new orbit brings it close to Earth, then suddenly we care. So how big would an asteroid need to be to cause major damage on Earth? These numbers come from an asteroid impact calculator, a scientific model exploring worst case scenarios. I've used the centre of London as the impact zone for each scenario, so don't take these numbers as a fact, but they do help to give some context. Let's start with a small asteroid, say 20 meters across, similar to a tennis court, and travelling at 20 kilometers per second. For this size, it would likely blow up 16 kilometers above ground. In 2013, an asteroid fragment measuring 18 meters wide entered Earth's atmosphere over Russia, and it did pretty much what the simulator said it would. It didn't hit the ground, but it exploded 30 kilometers in the air. Despite that, the shockwave still injured over 1,000 people, mostly from shattered glass. In total, 7,200 buildings were damaged, and the repairs totaled $33 million. A medium-sized asteroid, say 200 meters across, travelling at 40 kilometers per second, would be a city killer. If one hit London directly, it would instantly vaporize nearly 300,000 people, and a crater 6.5 kilometers wide would form. 6 million people would die from the fireball, nearly a further 3 million from the shockwave, and 2.5 million from the wind blast. The destruction and loss of life would be huge. And finally, a large asteroid, 1 kilometer wide, travelling at 60 kilometers per second. 5.2 million people would be instantly vaporized. A 34 kilometer wide crater would consume London. 34 million people would be consumed by the fireball. 7 million people would die from the shockwave, and homes 600 kilometers away would collapse. Nearly 17 million people would die from the wind blast. The resulting earthquake would have a widespread impact across multiple countries, as you can see here. Pure devastation.